The #1 selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation. Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Advice Fight. On this episode, we have a saucy listener letter from a listener who has a crush on a younger coworker and is not sure how to handle it.
Okay, I admit it's me, and I have a crush on Adam. Guilty.
Andrew, we've been over this, and I do not want to entertain this at all.
Can we at least talk about it in HR?
It's done.
Welcome to Advice Fight. Guys, I gotta say, I love that theme music. It is beautiful. It always gets me riled up. Welcome to Advice Fight, the world's first, and as far as we care, only competitive advice podcast. You are listening right now. It is hot. My name is Ben Roy.
My name is Adam Caton Holland.
And I'm Andrew Orbital.
Oh, God. And I have missed you both. And today's letter, it is hot.
Is it?
I'm getting some vibes that we know some things we shouldn't know.
Really?
And
like
that's
someone spilling the tea, as they say in this letter.
Exactly.
Did I sound cool when I said that?
No.
Spilling the tea?
No.
Did it sound natural?
It sounded like literally you were talking about someone spilling tea.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because you
Someone
said
knocked over a cup.
spilling the tea.
Yeah, that's what I was envisioning when you said
Well,
it.
good thing I put a saucer beneath that little teacup
To catch.
to catch the spilled tea. The coffee table is fine. How do I sound now?
So much cooler.
Definitely younger.
Yeah.
That's why I have the saucers. That's why it's a set.
Now, today, before we get to the letter, we have a listener letter about a gentleman who has a crush on a coworker who is younger than he is. I want to give the disclaimer before we read the letter. Give the disclaimer. This is a person that is of age. It is not.
Jesus.
I'm 50 and I have a crush on my 14-year-old coworker. What do I do, Grolix?
Sorry, we can't tackle pedophile advice.
But this is an interesting topic, and we'll get to the letter in a minute. But crushes on coworkers.
Oh,
That
the
kind of a thing.
coworker crush.
The coworker crush.
The forbidden romance.
Have you ever had a forbidden romance or a coworker romance crush? Have you ever had any like that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've had 110 jobs. You think there's not going to get... You think Cupid's not going to pop in the back door on a part-time shift?
I'd love to watch your movie, 110 Jobs, 90 Girlfriends.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good rate, actually.
Yeah, man. He's crushing it.
No, I definitely had some crushes. I dated some coworkers. I don't care if it's unprofessional Einstein Brothers bagels below me.
Ooh, you crossed the Einstein Bros? That's going to come back to haunt you, dude.
Yep. But I've had crushes on coworkers, and I've had relationships with coworkers for sure. And
have they ever worked out?
What does working out mean?
Well, I'm currently single, Ben, so they all worked out.
That was the joke behind it.
No, but I'm genuinely curious. What does working out mean in a relationship? Does working out mean like marriage? Is that the only way it works out, or does it work out if it was good for a few years and we parted ways?
Yeah.
It was a lovely relationship.
Yeah.
That's working.
I think workout means, you had like a positive relationship, and sure, maybe it ended, but overall, it was a positive relationship.
Good
That's how I would
memories of it.
categorize
Yeah,
it.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so some of these relationships worked out, definitely. But there was not any weird age differences to speak of. I'm trying to remember. I think I've definitely had unrequited crushes the other way, where there might have been an odd age difference that I had to be like shut down and be like, oh, absolutely not interested.
Like you weren't interested in them. They expressed interest.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
You felt like they were a bit too young for
Or
you.
too old for you.
Or
No, too young.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be hard for Andrew to find somebody too old for him.
He was right there.
Why?
Well, because he's at the top of the age.
Because he's at the end of his age.
I'm at the top of the age.
You're at the top of age. Top of age, yes.
It works for me. I mean, it was clumsy, but I want to pick on Andrew more than Ben in the moment. So I'll go with it.
Fair enough.
It's a funny idea that he's reached the end of ages.
Yeah.
Like that's how old
That's
he
the
is.
thing, Ben. You don't reach the end. You just
but
keep
that's a
getting older.
fucking
You just
joke.
keep
You-
counting
God,
up.
Yeah, no,
suck.
it is abstract. I think I'm going back to Andrew's side because in your riff, Ben, there's like an age that it ends at. But
I'm at the end of countable numbers in this
like
riff.
he's infinity,
sure,
Ben.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
funny.
All right.
Andrew is infinity.
I don't know.
It's great. It's
Okay.
great.
Just because
And
he has
guys-
that tattoo on his lower back does not make him that.
It's a Buzz Lightyear tattoo.
To infinity and beyond. Tramp
yeah,
stamp.
right above his
Dude.
ass.
It says to infinity and beyond, and then there's an arrow pointing to his ass.
Arrow pointing down. And
It's so insane.
That's the beyond.
That is so insane. Adam, have you ever had a crush on a coworker? You've only had what, 2 jobs?
Fuck you. I've had many jobs. Every job I've had a crush on coworkers or
including this one.
Every job you've had a crush on a coworker?
Sure, if there's a girl around, I liked her.
Every job. Westward newspaper.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay,
For
all
sure.
right. That little wine bar you worked at for a weekend.
There's got to
Oh,
be
for
some
sure.
sexy
Absolutely.
scribes at the Westward, I can imagine.
Listen, a guy like me hanging around an office setting doesn't stay single very long. I'll tell you that right now. A lot of
Man,
people
what a
show
cool
a lot
dude.
of interest in who's this guy.
I've never.
And that's just straight up and down, my friends. So
Wow.
22 years of working together, Adam, and I've never wanted to punch you in the face more.
Oh, I bet when the
After
girls
you
were
did.
lining up to talk to me, you probably wanted to punch me in the face
Ugh,
more out of
God.
jealousy.
No, it's really just how
And any of the ones
terrible-
that looked like they might be into piss stuff, I was like, Ben's trailer's over there.
Why is it my trailer now?
I don't know. I imagine
I'm
it
not-
as you can. So. No, I've dated coworkers. I've certainly had unrequited crushes on coworkers. It's always a tricky little bounce because it is a professional setting and you don't want to just like ask this person out and piss them off or be inappropriate or whatever. So yeah, it's hard to pull off, but
Also, a lot of jobs there, it's like frowned upon. You're not supposed to have a relationship with the coworkers.
I mean, the most corporate type of job I've had was like Westward, and that was a newspaper I wrote for. And I dated a girl from there, and then I dated another. I've dated 2 girls from with the Westward experience.
Wow,
So
and you were only there 3 months.
5 years, 5 of the hardest working years of my life. If I didn't get in there by 11:30, they would call and say, "You coming in?"
I love how that's the most corporate job.
that 2-paragraph column wasn't going to write itself, Ben.
Yeah.
I think I've probably had the most corporate of corporate jobs out of all 3 of us, like before I quit to do stand-up full
Which people
time.
wouldn't think by looking at us, but it's true.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I've had some equally, I think.
Perhaps, but
Did you
I
have any romance there, Ben?
Andrew, are you legitimately asking me that?
I am.
I fall in love with a parking meter.
You do?
Like I don't. I have. Yeah.
Can parking meters piss on you?
I've fallen in love with
You know,
a
it's all
parking
trashy.
meter.
You keep going
I've
back
fallen in
to
love.
it.
No, but Ben can piss on the parking meter, and there's absolutely no
Like a dog,
problem,
he goes
baby.
on all fours.
They call it training wheels in the pee-pee boy community. You put a wig on a meter and you piss on
It's
it.
childish now because it really is just a It's a silly little well that you guys keep going back to.
Well, huh?
No, stop it. Stop.
God, you chose that. What word?
No. No, I definitely, but I was married throughout a lot of it. So acting on crushes because I think that's just humans being human to have crushes on people. I have since I've been single, dated a person that I met through a job, like a part-time thing that I was doing. And I don't necessarily think it's a good idea. I think it's difficult to stop because it's just humans being human, but it's also, I'm not entirely sure that it's the best. And I've only dated one comedian.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation because like if you date the person and it goes well, then great. But if it goes even a little bit less than well, now there's like weird feelings on both sides and you're still working with the person all the time and resentment will just grow.
Yeah.
I think that's just like naturally.
Yeah, I think comedy is the worst choice because that's a job that is not structured to a specific company or location. Like that's a job that you could run into that person anywhere. You could be doing shows in Florida. Guess who your feature is for the weekend? It's your ex who hates you. So
yeah,
I could see comedy being especially bad.
It is. It's a pain in the butt for me personally. I'll never criticize anybody. We're around mostly comedians. So once again, it makes sense. Human's gonna human.
That's what they say.
What the tattoo says, Ben. I think we should get to the letter to get to the specifics of what this listener needs help with.
Humans gonna human. I've got the letter. Yep. Here we go.
Andrew, best reader in the game. He's really worked on it.
Andrew keeps winning best reader in the Grolics, and I'm just so jealous of that. Like every year we do a contest.
We have to put a cap on it.
I know.
We go to the library, we read to the kids, we have the kids vote on who they think read aloud the best.
And a lot of people are like, it's so nice you guys do that charity to read to the kids. No. We charge for this.
And it's competitive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a full sweep. He's swept every year of this.
I get it's because I get so nervous.
You get nervous.
I start stumbling over words.
But you're like the bee rabbit. Like around us, we're like, oh my God, wait till he takes the mic and then you puke on yourself.
In that library basement green room, I'm puking.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And I just can't read.
All right. I do have the letter ready to go. Here we
go. Let's go. Here we are. Read that freaking letter. Here's the letter, folks.
Here's the question. Ben, shut up.
Here we go. Everybody, here's the question.
Everybody, get ready. If you're not ready, prepare yourself mentally. Because it will be coming.
Stop talking.
3, 2, 1.
Stop.
Read.
The letter is forthcoming.
Here's the question. How do I get rid of a crush?
Here
I have
a
coworker
y'all.
that's
Here's the question.
I'm reading.
I'm sorry.
Stop.
All right. Ron's pissed. All right.
Here's the question. How do I get rid of a crush? I have a coworker that's giving me butterflies, but she's 20 years younger and dating coworkers is never a good idea. But damn it, she's so pretty and smart and funny and makes me feel awkward when we're in meetings. I wanted to stop before I turn into a creep. I should probably keep my name out of this just in case one of your dozens of listeners recognizes me.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. Well, you gone ahead and fucked yourself here. Keep going.
To clarify, she's almost 30 and I'm almost fucking 50. So it's not that bad, but still outside of the creep window. Signed, Anonymous.
Okay.
Well, way to fire a shot across the bow of Team Grolics before asking for very sensitive advice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like slapping your waiter before you ask for their recommendation off the menu. Excuse me, I couldn't make up my mind. Just backhand them. What would you recommend?
Yep. I agree. You took a shot across the bow, but the SS Grolics is an iron-hulled schooner, and you can't break through this. All you've done is drawn a lot of unnecessary attention to your old ass, and now we're going to fuck you bad on this one. So
I think we'll rise above it. I think we're better than that, but we'll see.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back, so stick around.
We are back through the magic of podcasting. Time has elapsed, and we are ready to play the game of Advice Fight. To recap, we have a listener who accused us of having merely dozens of fans.
Mm-hmm. That's the biggest takeaway.
That's the biggest takeaway from what the listener wrote to us. Then they said they have a coworker who they have a crush on, and they're nearing 50, and the coworker is late 20s. It is a sizable age gap. However, the guy needs some help. It really does, about what to do in this situation. And I think we're ready to help him, and we'll see with which levels of passive aggression we do it.
You're right.
Again, let this be a warning to any letter writers out there. If you want advice from us, maybe come to us hat in hand a little bit. Maybe say, hey, boys, you've lived a lot of life. I could really use some advice from you, and I love what you do. Don't come in and be like, dumb podcast. By the way, I'm creeping on a girl 20 years younger than me. What do you think? Just a word of warning.
Now, just a recap of the rules real quick. Each of us will get 3 minutes to slop out our advice. When you get down to your last minute, you're going to hear this sound. And that's going to let you know you're getting near the end of it. After we are done, we will each vote for a winner. You can't vote for yourself. And in the event of a 3-way tie, we exhume producer Ron from his catacombs beneath
Paris.
Rift City. Yep.
Oh, Rift City, yeah.
Yes, beneath Rift City.
The Paris of the Midwest, Rift City.
And he will tie break. But as you learned from the last episode, sometimes this is purely political. That's a political play when you get involved.
A lot of gamesmanship going on lately in the voting.
Now, person who won the last episode always has to go last, but they pick the order. Of course, the winner from last time was, of course, fucking Andrew.
You crowned me the winner, dum-dum. Don't complain about it.
You really
made me the winner.
Purely as a political move, and you know why I did it.
With a little bit of distance, how does this political move
I feel awful about it.
Right.
I feel awful about it, but I'll tell you.
Of DC, you're in the swamp, bro.
I'm not in the swamp, okay? What I did was I made a choice, a real choice, okay?
Choice to dance with the devil, to listen to lobbyists.
I made a choice.
How many lobbyists? Can we see how many lobbyists Ben saw yesterday during his office hours?
That's not even relevant. Lobbyists, what are they? They're people with opinions. They're wordsmiths. That's all they do. They buy and sell words.
You're a CPAC whore.
All right, Andrew.
Since you helped me win, I get to choose. Well, I appreciate your political gamesmanship, Ben. Would you rather go first or second?
I would rather go second, but I know that doesn't help me because
you know what? You scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's our reciprocal relationship.
Ugh. I can't get the taste out of my mouth of that.
What, are Ben and I luxuriously scratching each other's backs like a
couple of apes picking bugs off of each other?
Yeah, two orangutans at the zoo just
looks like King Chip is cleaning the gnats off of a different silverback. I don't know where I'm going with that.
So a chimp's going after a silverback in this situation. I think the silverback
don't even walk down the rift paths that Ben gives you. They are dead ends and they end in disastrous cliffs.
Guys, don't look me in the eye when I mess up a riff. I don't like that. I don't like that.
He's a dumb dog hiding behind a tree, but we can see him.
I don't like when you guys look at me when I mess in my riff cage.
When I mess in my riff cage. When I mess in my rib cage.
All right. Well, we have the order. It looks like you're up first, Adam. You get to dole out advice.
How fair and cool. All right.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Advice.
All right. This situation is incredibly fraught. That is for sure. And I actually know who this letter writer is. They DM'd me sending this letter. So I know a few things, which is that he's a man, she's a younger woman. I know that for sure.
Well, that was
that in the letter?
Lock.
That was in the letter.
How much time do I have left? So he's a man, she's a woman. We've covered that. Got that out of the way. I will say this, dude. It's always hairy with a coworker. And while I agree you're outside of the creep
shave.
Oh, good one, Andrew. Shave because it's hairy.
Ben liked it.
Fucking DC back channel bitches jerk each other off and take a knee for a minute.
I thought the rogue Senate page would appreciate all of this gamesmanship,
also,
but I guess I was wrong.
Jerk each other off while we're on our knees or on one knee. That wouldn't.
I think
work
it's perfectly.
well.
So we're like Tim Tebowing, but we're like jerking each other.
I think it's right there for the jerking.
Doesn't make any sense.
Here's my
You're not
advice,
getting
dude.
extra time.
Here's my advice. Don't do it. Don't do a thing about it. Don't pursue this. It will backfire for you. It's 1 in a million that it works and it's great and off you go into a lovely relationship. Odds are it's not going to fucking work because most relationships do not work. I think the feelings that you feel are valid and maybe she'll pick up on them. Let her make the move if this is meant to be. And I would not, given the age difference, given that you work together, I think if you were to swing and miss, it would be really more disastrous than a swing and success. So there I'm saying, don't do it. Don't do this move. It will just fail for you. And if it does win, yeah, let her do it. Let her do it. Let her make the move.
Is that your advice, Adam? Don't do it?
My advice is to do nothing. I think it's too loaded of a situation.
Okay. I think he was specifically asking, how do I get rid of a crush? But okay. All right.
Do nothing.
Okay.
How do I get rid of a crush sounds so much more sinister, Andrew.
Well, you kill
Jesus. How do you...
First, you need an alibi.
Yeah. Adam, I mean, it was fine. It's safe advice. I don't think it's one that's meant for an existence that is once around and then you're gone. You come from the darkness, you retreat to the darkness. It's all just a fleeting amount of time. I don't think it really speaks to the...
Well, I think you can prolong that time with health care that a job provides.
Well...
So maybe keep that job by not fucking with your 20 years younger coworker.
This is the hard part here because I don't want to reveal how the sausage is made, but Adam has, in essence, played a very, very skillful game. And for people who aren't aware of Advice Fight, this is very skillful. You can either joke or you can give the actual best advice right off the bat, in essence, blocking that maneuver and making it difficult for the other players to have a feasible move.
100%. And that is one of many tactics that Advice Fight employs. And that's why the Advice Fight board game is blowing up. And you see people playing it because there's so much gamesmanship to be had. People love it. So I love seeing people getting into the board game. And it's stuff like this that we sort of show them how to play the game.
I actually am working on an Advice Fight card game. Real talk.
So you're just now telling us this?
Yeah, dude, this is partially
I was brainstorming it.
Andrew. This is
well, I wanted to present it to you as a fleshed out idea.
Oh, okay, cool. Like the fleshlight that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Cool, Andrew. Well, cool. I'm working on an Advice Fight movie. But so I've got this, so it's mine. So I get it. But
by the way, the fleshlight, pretty amazing idea. Like, you know what I mean? It's a pretty cool idea.
All right.
Can we agree on that, guys?
All right. Ben.
What are you talking about? You've never been like, oh, I got this flashlight, but can I fuck it?
I have a bit about this. I can't comment on it. I don't want to run my bit on you.
Oh, okay. It probably wasn't very good anyway.
Is that okay if I work on a bit about something? Jesus. All right, Ben, it's your turn.
Damn, this is tough.
It's tough. Adam said nothing. Adam left everything on the table. You have all of the choices still.
I said don't do it.
Don't do anything about it. Yeah, okay. That one. The thing he was already doing, he can keep doing it.
I'm saying stop reaching out to podcasts.
Don't even ask for advice. All right, Ben.
Don't even ask for advice.
I'm teeing you up here. 3, 2, 1. Advice.
Okay. Here's the thing. This is a touchy thing. I think that you obviously have strong feelings. And I think being that you don't know her that well, those feelings are probably correct. Being that you really just kind of only know her on sight and you're formulating a fantasy in your head. And it's just, a series of what ifs and what could be based solely on her looks and the way she carries herself. How can that be wrong? You know what I mean? That's never wrong. So here's what I say. This is a long game. All right. So here's what you're going to have to do. I want you to take note of things she likes. You know what I mean? Maybe on, little things that you notice.
20 years from now, you're going to surprise her.
And here's what's going to, no. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to notice family photos on her desk, right? I want you to notice when she drops a hint at activities she likes, right? I want you to paint this.
Rock climbing, concerts.
Exactly. She's into Pilates. She's actually on the weekend going to get her Pilates cert.
So good for mobility.
That's what it is. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. Because I supported you. Andrew did not. And I want you to remember that when voting comes around.
Sure,
I want you to take note of that. Oh my God.
Pathetic
toad.
Toad.
She has a Malinois that she takes to these training classes, a Belgian Shepherd, beautiful little bitch. And she takes the dog that loves this dog. The dog is everything to her. I want you to make note of these. And over the next several months, I want you to create a collage in your head of what it is her life looks like. And then what I want you to do here is really envision this. Her in moments in space, smiling with her dog, and then that family photo, and then her rock climbing, looking down at you, right? Then what I want you to do is when you think after enough time, and you'll know when you've reached the proper amount of time, what I want you to do is show up to work. I want you to be wearing a cool button-up shirt. And I want you to walk up to her. I want you to say, hey, I got something I got to show you. And then I want you to unbutton that shirt. And I want you to lower it down and show her your back and reveal that you have an entire back piece of that collage that you have imagined of her.
Because now you're showing the commitment that you have.
Yeah, exactly. And if she doesn't see that as a profound act of love, right? Well, I say you cast her aside.
Is this called the Cape Fear method?
Just stop for a second, Andrew. You will get your 3 minutes in the talk to go.
Your time is up, by the way. It has elapsed.
That's all right.
It has elapsed.
That's it.
Okay, so much to like about Ben's advice. What it really shows to the girl is that you're already in.
Yes.
You're all in.
Yes.
And like she's younger, she's 20 years younger, so she's seeing a lot of guys who are like on the fence or not ready to settle down. And you're like, not only am I ready to settle down,
yes,
but this is permanent. This is going into the ground with me.
And the commitment of pain, months. That I did this, and I kept it a secret from you.
Secret. And so I'm thoughtful.
And a good partner keeps secrets for you.
Yes.
That's everybody knows that. They hide things for you. They hide parts of who you are.
Shit.
So I think get a back mural of this.
A collage.
And I think that when she sees this, she's going to go, oh my fucking God. And then you're going to hear the pipes burst. If you know what I'm talking about, the pipes are going to burst.
Well, and I also think if she had never thought about you romantically, now you're sort of forcing her to.
Exactly.
And I think once she realizes the power of your romance, she will match it immediately.
And then I didn't get a chance to say this, but this doesn't change anything with my advice. Above it, I want your birth date listed. And on the bottom, I want her birth date listed there.
Like an equation, and then you're subtracting.
And then it says 20 years. So what? You know what I mean?
What font should they use for that?
Times New Roman. I want something that pops.
Oh, okay.
Well, how about this, though? How about this as a nice little addendum? Though we may have been born on different days, we'll die on the same day.
Adam, you and I are working symbiotically today, which is so rare on an episode of Advice Fight. And that's why,
unfortunately, I think Adam piping in and making your advice funnier might disqualify it for me. But we'll see. We'll see once voting comes.
I'm just having fun.
Piggybacking on each other.
We're just having fun. Sorry, Andrew. Sorry, where the podcast is fun.
I feel like the Democrats right now always losing on a technicality. That's what I feel like.
Is that
right
what
now.
they're losing
Not
on?
just shooting yourself right in the foot.
Yeah, it's
It's a technicality, That's my advice. Get a back tattoo.
Okay.
Show her that you're all in.
All right.
I mean, what a Roxanne romance move. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I knew you were romantic, Ben, but I didn't know you
You were mocking me. I can tell that, but you're now locked in the Toctagon. Let's see what genius idea you have, Andrew.
All right.
And are you ready to advise, Andrew? Are you ready for your time in the Toctagon?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, advice.
Okay, here's the bad news. I'm going to give you the bad news first, listener. Everyone in your office already knows about this. I know you think this crush is a secret. It's not. They know. They can tell. There's a book that I love by this anthropologist Desmond Morris. It's called The Human Zoo. And in this book, he talks about these like micro dances that your body does to communicate around other people. This is like, there's the overt body language that we all know like when we're talking
No
to
one
each
can
other.
see what I'm doing, but
Everyone knows what you're doing, though. They can't see it, but they know what you're doing.
This is my micro dance, Andrew.
I thought the micro dance was like the lambada. It was forbidden.
No, these are tiny dances.
I don't want to hear about your tiny dances. I don't ever want to hear about this.
So there's overt body language, which is your eye contact, your hand gestures, things like that. But these micro dances, you're not even consciously
As
aware
you
of them.
tango past her cubicle
Yeah,
in route to the water cooler.
Micro tango, Adam. Micro tango. You're putting off these like little. Your body's always doing it, and you're not conscious of it, nor can you control it. And other people, they can pick up these. It's like what in our modern age we might call like vibes or something, like, oh, weird vibes or whatever.
What the modern kids are saying.
Shut up, Ben. So this is the bad news. Everyone in the office already knows. They know. They're like, Jesus Christ, this 50 or 60-year-old dude skeeving on this 25-year-old. So you're fucked already. But there is a solution for you. First of all, you're going to need help. You're going to need somebody to help you out with this. It should be someone in the office who you trust. Let's just say Jamal from marketing. Let's say it's Jamal from marketing. You're going to need Jamal's
Jamal Murray
help.
of the Nuggets works in marketing?
No, this is different.
Jamal?
No,
Sorry.
This is Jamal
Jamal
Coughlin.
Murray.
Different Jamal. Different Jamal.
Right.
Jamal Cop.
Yeah, Jamal Coughlin.
I thought you said Jamal Cop. I thought that was such
Jamal Cop. Yeah, it's a pun name, a really bad one.
It's the best name for a mock cop ever.
Jamal Cop. Jamal Cop. So stupid.
You're going to get extra penalty time for this one because we have
Thank you,
made
because
it a pain in the ass for you.
So the next time there's a meeting at work, or you could even call this meeting if it's taking too long, you're going to want a meeting in the conference room. Once everyone is assembled, you are going to climb up onto the conference table. You're going to set out your nicest beach towel beneath you. You're going to kneel. You're going to open the snow white kimono that you wore for this occasion, and then you will take the ceremonial Tonto knife from the next to you, and you're going to plunge it into your midsection, one hand span from the left side of your body. And the second you cut into your abdomen, your second, Jamal for marketing, is going to decapitate you with one swift stroke behind you.
Wow.
He will chop your head, but you don't want the head to go flying. He's going to cut it so the front part of your neck is still attached, and your head will simply fall against your chest like you're holding it, which is the respectful way
that's
to do this. This way, you can leave this job with some honor intact.
And get a ghost job in the next realm.
Yeah, and you can get a ghost job in the next round. But that is my advice to you. Please commit ritual seppuku at the next company meeting to get out of this crush.
And Andrew went over, a lot of you who are keeping time, but we're going to let him because there was some penalty time on our parts.
But he did take it to an honorable place, and it would have been dishonorable for us to.
Jamal Cop got me.
Jamal Cop if that doesn't turn into a Disney movie or like a franchise, the Jamal Cop franchises. So
Jamal
good.
Cop.
Tyler.
Well, we have our advice. Wow. Let's take another quick break, a little ad break, and when we come back, we're gonna vote. We're gonna vote and see who won this episode.
And Patreon subscribers, there's some fourth act stuff up there. Thank you for supporting us, and we are going to be back shortly with the results of this. And oh my God, this is a tough one. We worked together on this one. How do we pick? Oh God, stay tuned.
Third act time. That means it is time to vote. Don't listen to the people yelling at you outside of the polling station. You can accept water from them. Get in there and vote. That's what we're here to do. It's been a hell of an episode.
A hell of an episode for the third actors who are still just showing up for the results.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Just a quick recap. We have a listener letter from a gentleman who took a swipe at our listening base. So now we're referring to him as a creep.
May have influenced the advice.
Who has a crush on a younger coworker, but totally legal. This is not a
street legal.
Yep, this is not an amount of time that I feel is problematic. I mean, if the person is 30, that's this is an
almost
adult woman.
30. I also in my head thought 30, and then as Adam pointed out, they are not 30. They are almost 30, which could mean 26.
But he also is almost 50.
Yep.
As Ron pointed out in our preamble, he said there is a metric, which is it's half your age plus 7 is acceptable.
Exactly.
Which I'd never heard. Had either of you ever heard of this equation?
Yes, I have.
I think I've heard it too, but I didn't remember it until Ron said it again.
This is the equation, half your age plus 7.
But who the fuck came up with this?
I don't know. Mel Robbins, I think, probably.
Tony Robbins? Maybe Tony Robbins?
I'll tell you who didn't. Jeffrey Epstein, man.
Andrew.
Please,
you're welcome.
His parent company funds this podcast.
But even that, if he is 49 years old, we're looking at an age of about 31 and a half. So he's kind of riding that line of what society says is
bad boy shit. It's bad boy shit.
This is a person in their late 20s. Let's just assume this person is 29. That's an adult woman.
Yes.
30 is an adult woman. This is not illegal behavior or anything like that. But you did take a swipe at our listening base, so you are a creep.
And however accurate the swipe may be, we still resent it.
And so has a crush, not sure what to do. Let's recap the answers. Adam said, for God's sake, don't do anything.
Don't do anything.
Let them come to you. Otherwise, just leave it alone.
Yep.
I said, get a tattoo of a mural of the person on your back, a collage of things that they like. I think yours
could just be described as a romantic overture. That's it.
That's it. And I'm not saying it's going to last long term.
More than that.
But you're going to go to your grave with something that shows that you're a ride or die. And then Andrew, commit ritual seppuku or suicide in front of your coworkers, but do it in a very feudal Japan type way.
Meaning that your next love could be your greatest ghost love in the sort of next phase.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Thanks, Adam.
This is a tough one for me, y'all. And I'm going to tell everybody listening, rarely do I say I love all the advice. I love all the advice here.
Wow. Well, you can only vote for one and you can't vote for yourself. We'll vote in the same order we gave advice in.
I think we all unified together against
You did. It's been nice. It's been pretty contentious.
I think we gave comprehensive advice.
I'm going to say it, y'all. I just want to put this on the table. I don't care if I lose today. I'd be happy to lose to either of you today, just knowing that we fought this creep together. And so, Adam, I'm going to turn it to you. You get first vote, and I don't care what happens. I just want to hear what you have to say.
You know, I also kind of am feeling what you're putting down, Ben. It's like we get so bogged down in politics, but it's nice to remember we're all people.
Yeah.
And we all came here because we want to help and change things. And to remember we're all coming from that place is important. Mm-hmm. That said, I had more fun riffing with you, Ben, whereas Andrew sort of went it alone. And that's great. But just my personal experience of the pod today, I had a good time riffing with you on what could be a really romantic gesture. Okay. Like a super romantic gesture.
This is so... Thank you, Adam. Wow.
And so I think I'm going to vote for you, Ben.
Oh, wow.
I like the romance of what you were proposing. And I like the honor of what Andrew was proposing. But at the end of the day, I think I'm a romantic.
You are not an honorable man. You're a romantic
There's
man.
no honor here. It's all romance. That's what the tattoo says. No honor, all romance.
There's never been a better way to describe myself than there is no honor in Ben. It's all romance.
All romance.
All right. Well, I'll take it. Thank you, Adam.
Sure, bud.
That means a lot. I'm going to go earnest with this one. And Andrew, I loved your advice. You know,
thank you.
I worked my way up to a brown belt in Japanese jiu-jitsu. The Bushido is important. Okay. And I think what you were saying, God, I love honor, but I've never practiced it. You know, so
it's an aspirational vote for you.
I also want to say to this person, Adam gave the best advice up front. Do not do anything. Just keep your dick in your pants. Leave this person alone. And if they approach you, that's great. That's great. Let them. They are the younger party in this. If they expressed interest, I would leave it be. I'm going to vote for Adam. Also, riffing time. We riffed together. It's a moment.
Fun to get back in the trenches with you riffing a little bit.
Yeah. Andrew, what do you got? Who do you pick? Break the tie right now.
Wow. Yeah, I got to vote for one of you two. You know what? I have to say, I feel like in a lot of ways, romance is dead. You hear people talking about situationships. You hear about these flings. There's something about a personal tattoo. But here's why I like Ben's advice. Not so because I think that they would receive it as a romantic overture. This is the swiftest and most final way to end your crush on this coworker, because once you show this back tattoo, you're going to be asked to leave your place of work with an armed guard present, and you're never going to be allowed back in that building. And here's the extra benefit. This is going to ripple out into the future. You're never going to be able to skeeve on another 20-something ever again because you have this fucking back mural of this other woman's life. You've got this absolute like Silence of the Lambs tattoo that's going to keep you away from all future young coworkers that you could ever date. So I think Ben's advice is actually surprisingly practical if you have this problem with young coworkers. So I'm going to vote Ben.
Wow.
Enjoy the win. Enjoy the win.
And everybody listening, I want you to understand that this is always a game, and what you have witnessed is one of the best players of the game manipulating it for himself by tugging at the heartstrings of Adam Caton Holland and making him believe he's my friend and that I liked his advice and that I cared about him. Did everybody see how I came in today all fun? And then I was like, oh, Adam, we're riffing together. But I didn't. What I did was I played the fucking game.
Wow. You're like a Neil LaBute character.
You know what I think to our anonymous listener? Go get that squirrel. You go get her.
Okay. No.
You fucking dog. I was so manipulated by you. I made your riffs better. Thus endearing Andrew to your vote.
That is 100% true.
It's
100%
crazy how
true.
the game gets
you
played.
wanted to go fucking nuclear? Let's go nuclear.
I don't give a fuck about your
I cannot wait
advice.
to see you next
I'm
episode.
down
you
one
fucking...
to two of the worst advice givers on the planet. And what did I do? I stepped up and I played the game, and it is now a three-way tie.
It's not a three-way tie. This is the simplest math. I'm ahead of you by one. I have 3 wins. You and Adam have 2.
You're a CPAC.
I am a better advice giver than you, and I'm beating your ass.
Fuck you
and I'm
both.
beating your
Next
ass.
episode, I'm going to pull up and pass, dude. And you guys just, I can't
Next
even believe
episode, you're
fell
getting
for it,
smoked.
Adam.
Next
You were
episode,
like, oh, we're friends.
next episode, your
You've
advice
never
had
been
better be
friends.
so
You've never
fucking
been my
mind-blowingly good because
You
you've
guys have
already
never
not
been
got my
friends.
vote.
What do you guys got to plug?
regret lending you money.
What do you guys got to plug? Go on, go ahead. Who's got stuff coming up? Come on.
First of all, thank you to this letter writer. Sure, you take a shot at us. We took a few shots at you.
We had fun with it.
Thank you I appreciate the vulnerability.
Yep.
That you would hit up some almost 50-somethings regarding this problem. So thank you.
Hey, I'm 44. dog. That means I can have a 29-year-old girlfriend if my wife agrees. If my wife agrees,
I'll tell you the next number that's not coming up for you. It's 40.
If my wife agrees, I can have a 29-year-old girlfriend. So shut up.
Well, tune in to see how that worked out for Adam.
If you're in Central Maine, you can use the Central Maine equation, which is half your age minus 6. So that's the Central Maine equation.
That's also the rich white dude equation, as it turns out.
So, but yes.
Or it could be minus 16, actually.
What an episode. Do you guys have anything to plug?
I've got something to plug.
Andrew, what you got?
Y'all just looped me into this, so I'll plug it. April 29th.
Yeah.
You guys are doing the show Movie Night. I'm going to be doing it with you. I had a blast last time. We're going to be riffing on a movie.
Dude, the movie's so good.
This movie is ridiculous. This one's going to be so fun. We're going to have a blast.
So that's April 29th. It's at the Bug again, right?
It is,
Bug Theater here in Denver.
It is at the Bug. It's always at the Bug.
So you should come out. Come out and see that show.
That's going to be an amazing show.
Oh, I have another plug coming in hot off the press. May 10th, I'm launching my new show, Nerds Forever, with my very funny buddy, Rob Kirkovich. We're going to be playing tabletop role-playing games with funny special guests. It's going to be great. You can check out that show link in the notes. May 10th. Be there.
Adam, what you got?
You know what? April 24th, I will be performing at the JCC, the Jewish Community Center. I've never done a show there. They've got a lovely theater, and I'm doing a full hour. So come check it out. It'll be me doing the hour at the JCC in Denver, Colorado.
Heck yeah. Hey, May 1st and 2nd, to our listeners, I will be in New Mexico. May 1st, I will be doing a show in Albuquerque, and May 2nd, I will be in Santa Fe. Tickets for those shows, as well as Adam and Andrew's, are below. And then don't forget, the Grawlix live show this month is a banger. Tickets are moving fast. We have Rosalie headlining. We have Samara Swami. It's a full Fort Collins takeover of the Grawlix. We're giving them the keys. They're drunk. You know they're drunk on the Fat Tire.
Ripping south on I-25, ham-boned to come
ham-boned. So make sure you get tickets to that and all the show. Come out, say hi. As you always do, I met another Grawlix listener this weekend at our show in Palmer Lake. A few did. They said hi. We love seeing you all. So please make sure you say hey. As always, big thank you to producer Ron for making this show happen. Although he's not here right now.
So fuck him.
So this show didn't happen because of him. Big thanks to Mike Henderson and Plan 9 Sound for your help at our live show and for the audio of those clips that you're seeing on Patreon. Subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/Grawlix Saves. As always, theme music brought to you by the lugubrious Charlie Continental. He is a wonderful human being, and we love you.
Great. Also, big thanks to Legal Pete's for sponsoring our live show, letting us bring in great guests. And we have new merch in our merch store. We'll have that link in there if you want to get some advice fight swag. We got some, and we got some new stuff.
And the shirts are rad, Andrew. They are amazing.
We got a new boxing gym shirt. It's gonna look good on you, I promise.
Yeah, and always send us your questions. We love these questions. They are flowing in. We have a lot of questions, but we keep them coming. We always love the questions. You can send them to us directly. You can DM us on social media. You can email us question@advicefight.com. There's the link down in the show notes. You can also DM us on social media. You can remain anonymous. We can say your name. Doesn't matter. Send us your questions.
And remember, maybe don't take a shot at us right out the gates in your question.
Yep.
Just word of advice. May I offer you some advice for free?
Perhaps we won't refer to you as a creep the whole episode if you don't. Otherwise, that was a great episode. We're going to be back next week with some more advice.
In the meantime, I'd like to say, Ben, I love your politics today, but fuck you.
Play us out, Charlie. That means everything to me.
We're here to help you most you just fine. Advice fight. I think you're wrong, but I know I'm right. Advice fight. I say advice, you say fight. I say advice, you say fight. Advice, fight, advice, fight, advice.
mall cop is so stupid.
stupid.
It's a mall cop.